The Orange Gymnasium, Aaron West, Derek O'Neill, Melanie West. Derek, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys
Ready
tonight?
for volleyball?
I'm ready for, Red Oak Tiger versus Glenwood Rams here tonight.
Tigers and the Rams. We've had a little bit of volleyball already here this evening, Derek. And freshman play, it was Red Oak over Glenwood, 25, 18, and 17. In junior varsity play, it was Red Oak over Glenwood, 25, 9, and 20. That was in the games previous, and what are we, probably 30 minutes away from, 6:45. So.
You're kind of the time guy, so yeah, whatever you say.
Because they'll start warm-ups officially at about 7.
Yeah, 17 minutes is what they put on the clock.
And then they'll warm up for 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll be in that time frame. So, Derek, an exciting night. But before we get to that, see the kind of grief I take here?
This
is it.
Somebody text you as your Twitter dinging, or what's the deal there?
No, it's X now. Come on, get it right.
Okay, whatever.
X.
Yeah.
It is X. No, I was going to say, before we get to what we're going to talk about here this evening, I want you to give me the perspective of the last time we talked, the Nebraska volleyball event that you went to. Tell me about that.
That was a lot of fun. The volleyball day in Nebraska there with 4 different Nebraska volleyball teams on the field at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Sold out, crowd. I think they broke 3 records there with a 93,002 people attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of fun. We couldn't really see the court that great, but just the atmosphere was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
You had, the Huskers versus the UNO Mavs, and then they had Kearney versus Wayne State, I think, was the first game there, and they broke an all-time Guinness World Records for an all-time attendance at a women's sporting event. They broke an NCAA record for attendance at a women's volleyball game. And then there was one other record that they, for attendance, and it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. A good time. It was a good time.
Yeah. Glenwood Ram alumni was on the field there. Brinley Arnold played a couple of years ago. She plays for the UNO Mavs, and
her little sister will be playing tonight.
Yes, her little sister plays tonight. Yeah.
So we'll get to watch her play. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to check in with some of our sponsors, and I do want to say, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, thank you. Make note of our sponsors. If you're listening online, thank you. Make note of our sponsors, or on our FM signal, thank you. Make note of our sponsors and let them know that you appreciate it, making it possible for us to bring you volleyball here this evening. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Derek, I'll have you. The Tigers were in action in Glenwood this past weekend. I'll have you break that down. You were at the tournament, and tell me kind of some of your takeaways from that when we come back after this.
Sounds good.
One play can change the momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Richard Fisher, your Farm Bureau agent in Red Oak. I can help bring your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends you a blitz in the form of a storm or fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Come see how we can help protect what matters most. That's Richard Fisher down at Farm Bureau Financial Services across from the post office here in Red Oak.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Now I'm going to run a few.
Do we have any Glenwood sponsors ads?
Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak is all new and better than ever. I'm Mike Utz, the new General Sales Manager. We boosted our inventory and expanded our dedicated sales and service teams while retaining the familiar faces you trust. Buying, selling, or trading, we've got you covered. Experience the fresh selection of cars and top-notch service at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak. Discover more at HawkeyeFord.com.
For over 50 years, Heinlein Home Furnishings have served customers in Missouri and Iowa with our large in-stock selection or our custom order program. Our no-pressure sales and delivery team is always available to help you find items that'll make your home look beautiful. With over 80,000 feet of gorgeous furniture and flooring, check out one of our 3 locations today, Maryville, Missouri, or Harlan and Shenandoah, Iowa. Heinlein is here to help our neighbors have beautiful homes.
Back to Red Oak volleyball action here in Red Oak this evening. The Red Oak Tigers and the Glenwood Rams varsity girls are on the court and warming up, so should be a lot of fun. Derek, tell me, like I mentioned, the girls, both of these teams were in action. In fact, they played this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, at the Glenwood tournament. You were at that tournament. Tell me what you saw.
Tigers were there, showed up on a Saturday morning, had some great competition there this weekland. Tigers started out the day with a win against Underwood, 2-1. A loss against Bishop Heelan in 2 sets. Bishop Heelan is cracking the top 15 in the rankings. We'll talk about that later. Also had an Omaha Metro school there in Gretna East. Tigers lost to Gretna East. That's the brand new school there in Gretna. 1-2. We won against Harlan 2-0. Then we played Glenwood and went down to Glenwood there 2-0, and then finished off the tournament with a loss to a really strong Stanton team, 1-2. Stanton climbs in the rankings this week also. So that's kind of a recap. I don't know. I'm also giving you the parent perspective a little bit too,
sure.
right? I always think Saturday tournaments are tough, and that Labor Day weekend, everybody's thinking about the extra day off of school, and I was certainly thinking about a day off of work. So maybe that played into it a little bit. I'm hoping tonight we come out a little bit stronger against Glenwood here tonight.
Derek, if you would, you mentioned the rankings. Let's go ahead and take a look at those rankings, hit some of the highlights for me. These just came out today.
Yeah, it just came out today. Class 1A, top 3, Ankeny Christian, North Tama, and Holy Trinity Catholic. Council Bluffs St. Albert is at 8. Stanton moves up to number 9 in the rankings, and Riverside is at 15th. In Class 2A, top 3, Dyke New Hartford, Hinton, and Grundy Center. Trainer sits at number 7, and Kemper Catholic comes in at number 9. In Class 3A, top 3, Western Christian, Mount Vernon, and Des Moines Christian. Tigers unfortunately dropped out of the Class 3A rankings this week after that Saturday tournament. In Class 4A, top 3, we've got Clear Creek, Amana, Indianola, and ADM. Lewis Central sits at 7th, and then Bishop Heelan, as I mentioned, at that tournament, they come in at 15 this week. Class 5A state rankings, top 3, Dowling Catholic, Ankeny Centennial, and then Ankeny in that. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln dropped out of the rankings also there in Class 5A. All
right. So that's a look at the some of the rankings that we have.
Hawkeye 10 rankings.
We have those this week.
We do. There's been a little bit of action with some of the Hawkeye 10 schools. So right now, as of yesterday, Lewis Central is tops in the conference with 3 wins and 0 losses. Kemper Catholic right behind them at 3 wins and 0 losses. And then Glenwood comes in. Glenwood and Red Oak will sit there with 1 conference win and no conference losses. So that's kind of your top 4 there in the Hawkeye 10 standings. Again, it's early.
Sure.
Another game tonight here will certainly change that top 4, as one of these teams will come out as the winner and change that.
All right. Volleyball action. If you're anywhere in the area, you have time to hop in your car, come on down and watch a good volleyball game here in Red Oak this evening. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Stadium 34 in Red Oak, proudly serving delicious food and drinks to all of Sunshine Country. From your favorite craft beer with a burger to a perfectly grilled ribeye steak and a glass of wine. They have a great selection on their menu. Stadium 34 also serves breakfast Saturday and Sunday mornings. And if you need a space for a wedding reception, anniversary party, family reunion, or birthday party, Stadium 34 has the perfect banquet space for a large or small event. Call today to book your party. That's Stadium 34 at the Red Coach Inn on Senate Avenue in Red Oak.
We're good. Okay. As long as that's counting down, we're good.
Okay.
Hey Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak, or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659, and we can talk about everything we offer, like benefits starting day 1 and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA.
Love is in the air.
Different licensure option.
I see.
And this way I can just Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Varsity girls play upcoming for you. It's Red Oak and Glenwood here this evening. Derek, kind of breaking up and kind of a preview of what do we have going on here that you would find a preview, a matchup for this set.
Absolutely. We've got some season leaders here for Glenwood and Red Oak. We'll run through those. Assists for Glenwood, we have Allison Coots, a junior, averaging 6.7 per set. We have Merced Ramirez for the Tigers, a senior, averaging 4.2 sets per set. For kills on the Rams, we have Charlie Hernandez, a junior, at 3.1 per set. On the Tigers side, Marley Gray, a junior, 2.4 per set. Total blocks, Danica Arnold, a senior, at 0.5 per set. On the Tigers side, Carly Jenkins at 0.2, a sophomore. For digs, we have Hadley Carmen on the Rams at 2.3 per set. On the Tigers, Nicole Bond, a junior, 2.9 per set. Serve aces, Hadley Carmen again for the Rams at 1 per set. Serve aces on the Tigers side, Olivia Boswell, a senior, 0.9 per set. Season stats, couple of things to talk about there. Overall assists per set, Rams and the Tigers are dead even, 20.8 assists per set for both of the teams there. Kills per set, again, almost dead even. The Rams are at 22.9. The Tigers are at 22.8. Kill attempts per set, Rams at 65.8. The Tigers at 62.2. Blocks per set, Rams definitely have the advantage here, 5.2 to the Tigers 1.8. Digs per set, again, super close, 30.4 for the Rams and 30.5 for the Tigers. Serve efficiency, again, 92.9% for the Rams and 92.7% for the Tigers. So what that tells me is statistically, should be a fairly even match. Any team could come out on top there, even though, that the Tigers have that loss to the Rams this week, and I still think it's a pretty even matchup there. The last 5, Tigers won against Underwood, lost to Gretna East. Or that's the Rams. I'm sorry about that. The Rams beat Underwood, lost to Gretna East. 2 different games there this weekend. Beat Council Bluffs, Thomas Jefferson, and then beat the Tigers. The Tigers beat Underwood, lost to Bishop Heelan, lost to Gretna East, a win against Harlan, and a loss against Glenwood. Historically, Tigers have the edge in this matchup, 24-7. That goes back to almost 10 years ago. So again, Tigers have the edge in the matchup here when it comes to just overall kind of volleyball wins versus losses here against the Rams.
All right. So, like you say, historically, Tigers on top, but, Glenwood in the last few years has become just a powerhouse in sport across the board, really.
Sports in general, but definitely their girls' programs have
tremendously improved, so for sure. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Across Nebraska and southwest Iowa, too many people are living with pain, but they avoid seeking orthopedic care. If only they'd ask themselves one question: what's the best that could happen? At Ortho Nebraska, we make care as easy and comfortable as possible. You can be seen today without a referral, and the majority of patients don't require surgery. Whatever your pain, we offer the most accessible and personalized care to get you back to living your best life. Ortho Nebraska. Click, call, text, or walk in.
Subscribe to the KCSI Radio YouTube channel today. Interviews, parades, events, contests, and more. Subscribe to KCSI Radio on YouTube and get notified every time something fun happens.
And here this evening. Okay, Derek, thoughts on tonight's matchup?
Well, I tell you, Coach talks about it all the time, but kind of that short-term memory, wipe the slate clean. Don't even approach it like you played Glenwood this weekend here. It's got to be a new game. Same strategy as always with great passes. It all starts with great passes, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'd like to see the tempo pick up just a little bit here. Let the Tigers run some more quicks and some slides, things like that, to maybe throw these tall middles that Glenwood has, kind of throw them off a little bit of their blocking schemes. And just make sure we have fun. I know we talk about that a lot, but if you're out here, you should be having fun. So let's make sure that we see that and see some excitement on the court for the Tigers.
Absolutely. So I'm just curious, in your estimation, like you mentioned, these girls met Saturday in a tournament. Glenwood comes on top. They win both of those sets. Does that serve as motivation for the Tigers? Does it serve as an impediment tonight for the Tigers?
Yeah,
and then for the Glenwood side, does that just say, hey, we're confident we can beat these girls? We've done it once, we'll do it again?
I definitely think when you come in having beaten a team, it gives you confidence to know that you can do it. So from the Rams' perspective, that gives them just a little extra boost to maybe work on some things that they wouldn't normally do in a game if they're coming in with a loss. For the Tigers, it's definitely got to be motivation. I think also dropping it out of the rankings has got to give them some motivation here. So as long as they're still playing as a team and not playing for that stat or playing for that position, keep playing as a team and keep working hard. It'll come out right for them.
We're going to take a break, and we will be back after these messages. Red Oak, just a few minutes away from the opening set here in Red Oak this evening. Derek, run through the lineups for me here this evening.
For the Tigers, I think we're going to see Olivia Boswell, a senior, on the outside hitting position. We'll see Alexis Joint as one of our setters in our 6-2. We'll see Merced Ramirez, a senior, as right side and setter. And Merced here is getting a little recognition as getting her 1,000th assist. She got that this weekend, I think, in the first game there against Underwood. So that's pretty exciting when we see some Tigers receive those kind of accolades there. We'll also see Emily Siebenecker, a defensive specialist, Marley Gray, outside hitter for the Tigers, Jocelyn O'Neill, middle hitter, Carly Jenkins, middle hitter, and Nicole Bond will be our libero. Tigers are coached by Angie Montgomery, Dana Ramirez, and Sharon Allison. For Glenwood, we're going to see Haley Carmen, a senior libero, Allison Kuntz, senior right side, Olivia Hanover, junior right side and setter, Charlie Hernandez, outside hitter, a junior, Danica Arnold, a senior middle hitter, and then also Isla Kemling, a junior middle hitter for the Rams. Rams are coached by Paula Carmen and Jennifer Schneider.
All right. I'm ready for volleyball.
I'm ready for volleyball, too.
I'm ready for volleyball. We're going to have, like Derek said, our lineups being announced. Some of the other names for the Red Oak Tigers, some of the reserves, Brinkley Salick. And Brinkley had a big game in Atlantic the other night.
Yeah, she finished out strong.
Haley Rydberg, she is a senior. Keely Jones, a freshman. Tori Went, a junior. Carly Jenkins will see some playing time tonight as well. Sophomore Kennedy DeVries, a junior, and Ellison Johnson, some of the reserves for the Red Oak Tigers. Over on the Rams side, you have Olivia Hanover, junior. Kaylee Ray is a sophomore. Casey Duran, a junior.
You're doing a great job.
Riley Kendall, a sophomore. McKenna Kohler, a senior. Cambry Smothers, a sophomore. And Zoe Carta, a senior. So a good lineup here. Good student section here tonight for the Tigers, I would say.
Yeah, pretty good overall crowd. Yeah. Overall crowd for everyone here
for a Thursday night. So should be a lot of fun. It seems like a good atmosphere here tonight with lots of people in the gym. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back after these messages. Red Oak, it's officially an event when Mr. Olson sings the national anthem.
He is as Red Oak as the Orange Water Tower. You know, him singing the national anthem is
one
of those things you just count on.
The Orange Water Tower is white, there.
That
will be repaired.
Okay, sorry for the. You want to be all.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean.
There you go.
You know what I mean.
I wonder how many times Vern has sang the national anthem prior to an athletic event.
Yeah.
I mean, and he knocks it out of the park.
Does great, yeah.
It is just dialed in and perfect. All right, here we go. Players on the court, checking numbers, checking lineups, and it's just about volleyball time here in Red Oak this evening. Should be fun. Good crowd.
Great crowd, great music.
And it is just about time for some volleyball. Back to serve will be Coons, Jr. for the Rams. Over the right side, it is time for volleyball. Serves across the net into the back row. Bond passes it up front. Set to O'Neal. She taps it across. Kuntz keeps it alive. Carmen hit across the net into the back row to Ramirez. Bond passes it up front. Pushed across by Boswell at the net. Set goes to Hernandez. She hits it hard. The Tigers are there. Free ball across the net by Bond. Hit hard by Hernandez at the net. Boswell. Dump set by Ramirez. Point goes to the Tigers.
Just caught Glenwood with the lift. That was great defense there. They were right there. Tigers did a good job executing and not making a mistake there, getting that first point on the rally.
Back to serve. Boswell set and tapped across the net by Arnold. Boswell from behind the 10-foot line hits it across. Rams are there. Hit hard by Hernandez. Bond gets under it. Ramirez. Down ball, kind of off balance by Bond. Right back to the net, and we're going to have a net violation on the Rams. Tigers point 2-0. Red Oak leads. Set one. Back to serve is Boswell. Into the back row to Libero. Hit hard by Hernandez. Set to Gray. Hits it into the back row. Point Tigers.
Great job by the Tigers there, just executing their offense. Starts with a good pass like we talked there. Great pass, great set, and Marley puts it away for the Tigers.
3-0 Red Oak leads set one. Boswell. Carmen set to Hanover. She hits it hard. Point goes to the Rams. That was Olivia Hanover.
Hard hit by the Rams there. Just couldn't quite handle it with the Tigers, and Glenwood is on the board.
3-1. Back to serve will be Charlie Hernandez. She's a junior. She's been playing for a long time.
Yeah, she's wearing that knee brace. I think she had some injuries last year. Good to see her back out on the floor.
And the jump serve sails long and goes out the backside. Point goes to the Tigers. 4-1. Red Oak leads. Back to serve O'Neal for Red Oak. Serve into the back row. Up front, Coons. Set to Carta. Hit across, point to Red Oak. (5-1). Red Oak leads set one. O'Neal back to serve. Low across the net, received, passed up front. Set from Coons. Hit by Arnold. Point Rams.
Good job by Emily Siebenecker there, trying to get her hand on it. Just couldn't quite get the dig and the pass to stay in bounds there.
Arnold back to serve. Into the back row, Siebenecker passes it up front. Ramirez set to Gray. Hit hard. It's out.
Yeah.
Misses down the side. Point goes to the Rams. And it's 5-3. Red Oak leads. Back to serve is Arnold. Into the back row. Siebenecker gets under it. Bond passes it up. Hit across by,
into the net there by,
Went.
Yep.
Back to serve again is Arnold.
Glenwood on a little bit of a run. 5-4. Red Oak still leads.
Set one. Low across the net. Bond is there. She gets it back across, but it's out. And we're tied up at 5 apiece in set 1. Back to serve again. Arnold, she's got the hot hand at the moment. Got the Rams right back in this thing. Low across the net. Bond up front. Set comes from Kuntz. Hit hard by Kimling, and the Rams take the lead. It's 6-5, Rams with the lead, set 1.
Glenwood doing everything they're supposed to do to execute here, and it's working out.
Arnold's back to serve, into the back row. Gray passes it up front. From behind the 10-foot line, it's Bond. Set from Coons. Hit by Carta. Point Rams. Rams are just firing on all cylinders here.
Hammered that one down, found the gap there between our couple of our back row specialists, and they're on a roll.
7-5 now, Rams lead. Tigers were up, 5-1, I believe.
Yes, yep.
And then here come the Rams, and they lead 7-5. Siebenecker, Bond, Gray with the down ball across the net. Set, hit by Carta. Ramirez gets under it. Kept alive by Hernandez. Hit at the net by Hanover. Set to Carta. Still on the Rams side. They get it across. And Went is there. Set to Gray. Hits hard. Right to the back line, and the point goes to Red Oak. Nice hit by Gray.
Good call by the line judges, too. You know, they have that's a tough thing to do out there.
I would not want to do that.
I had to do that this weekend.
Yeah?
I think it was this game or the Stanton
Did you make any bad calls?
No, I made, when in doubt, call it out.
Joint hits it across the net. Dug out by Carmen. Carta at the net, hits it hard. There's Joint. Bond to Ramirez. Down the back line, it's out. Point goes to the Rams. 8-6, Rams lead set 1.
Red Oak running their 6-2 offense. Now, Merced is on the right side, and Alexis is doing the setting duties for us.
And back to serve is Hanover. Siebenecker digs it, passes it up front. Joint to Gray over the right side. Point goes to the Tigers.
Great job out of system. Marley on the right side in that serve-receive piece there, and nails it down for the Tigers in the point.
8-7. Glenwood leads. Gray back to serve. Into the back row, passed up front. There's Kuntz. Set to Carta. She hits it across. Ramirez. Set to Boswell. Carta gets under it, but it's going to fall to the floor right at the net. And it's tied up at 8 apiece. Back to serve is Gray. Marley Gray. Marley's junior. Into the back row. Rams get under it. Set and hit hard at the net by Kimling. Point goes to the Rams.
We watched her in warm-ups, and she smacks them down pretty hard. She's doing it here in the game, too.
And in and back to serve. Kendall, Riley Kendall, sophomore for the Rams. Into the back row, there's DeVries. Joint up front. Boswell just taps it across. Rams are there, tapped across by Kuntz, rather. Bond to Boswell. Falls to the court on the Tigers side, and it's 10-8. Glenwood with the lead. Set 1. Riley Kendall back to serve once again for the Rams. Low across the net. Bond passes it up front. Joint to Ramirez. She taps it across. Hernandez gets under it. Set. And again, it's Kimling. Dug out by Bond. Boswell with the hit. Passed up front by the libero, then across the net. Set to Jenkins, blocked at the net. Tigers try to chase it down. Is that Kimling at the block, or?
Yeah, Kimling with the block. Yep. Alexis did a great job for the Tigers there on that first pass. It's kind of tight to the net. She does a great job of setting those when they're tight to the net.
11-8. Glenwood leads. Serve into the back row. DeVries. Joint to Jenkins. She hits it across hard. Carmen gets under it up front. Hernandez taps it across, but it's blocked back across by the Tigers. This time, Kinley takes a shot at it. Jenkins hits it into the back row, kept alive by the Rams, hit across by Hernandez. And the Rams have the point.
Great volley there by both teams. Great effort, great hustle. Just extending themselves and making that keep going there on each side.
12-8, Rams lead set one. Serve into the back row, pass up front joint. Ramirez set to Jenkins. She hits it hard. Point goes to the Tigers. Nice job by Carly Jenkins. It's 12-9. Glenwood leads. Back to serve for the Tigers, Bond. Serve into the back row. Kendall gets under it. Free ball across the net. Hernandez. Set to Ramirez. She taps it across. Point goes to the Tigers. Just right. Almost parallel with the net, Derek.
Yeah, just great court awareness here, there by Merced, finding that open spot and just tapping it across. Sometimes it's what you got to do. It's not always that hard hit.
Sometimes the little finesse play.
That's right.
Works. 12-10, Glenwood leads. Kuntz set to Hernandez. She hits it hard. It's in. That's your power play. And it works for a point for the Rams.
It does. It does.
13-10 is our score. And back to serve will go Carmen, Hadley Carmen. She's a senior, the libero for the Rams. Serves from about the middle portion of the court. Low across the net. DeVries passes it up front. Joint to O'Neal. Hit and blocked at the net by Arnold. Point Rams. 14-10 is our score.
If you watch all these Glenwood kids that are serving, they're all getting spots from the coach on the side.
Yep. Bond gets under it right at the net, kept alive by Joint, and then Ramirez just taps it across. Hernandez tries to tap it to the open spot. Joint gets there, hit across by O'Neal. Point Tigers. Nice job by O'Neal. 14-11 is our score now. Glenwood leads. Into the game went. Taking a seat, Joint back to serve Ramirez for Red Oak. Serve into the back row. Kendall gets under it, up front. Set goes to Hernandez, hit and blocked, out of play. Point Rams.
Jocelyn and Tori there, they just need to get that block just closed just a little bit tighter, and I think we'll have it on that side there.
And back to serve into the back row, Bond. Up front, Ramirez set to O'Neal. Rams get under it, taps the ceiling and falls to the floor. Point goes to Tigers, goes into the rafters. Point Tigers, 15-12, Glenwood leads. Boswell back to serve into the game. Gray taking the seat, DeVries. Served by Boswell. Rams get under it. Set from Kuntz, tapped across by Arnold. Tigers just kind of scrappy play, get it alive and get it across. Hit by Hernandez. Nice job by Hernandez, and the point goes to the Rams. 16-12, Rams lead. Back to serve is Hernandez.
Both teams playing very scrappy, covering every inch of the court there.
Charlie Hernandez. Jump serve into the back row. Siebenecker all the way up front to Bond, right at the net, and that's just hard to deal with.
Yeah, that starts with those good passes we talked about there. That was tight to the net. Glenwood up by 5. Angie wants to talk about it.
17-12, Glenwood leads. We'll be right back after this in set one. Red Oak, 17-12 is our score. Glenwood with the lead. Tigers jumped out quick to an early lead, 5-1, and then the Rams got on a roll, and they've led ever since. And it's been a pretty scrappy first set.
Very scrappy. We saw, the Tigers got a point off of a ball that was hit up in the rafters. Saw some of that this weekend over in Glenwood. So the ceiling, you can play off the ceiling, right? If it hits the wall, you can't play off the wall.
Okay.
Question is, what if it hits a basketball hoop?
It did that earlier in the JV game. and I didn't know what happened. Hit across by Hernandez. Bond. Ramirez. Set to O'Neal. Carmen gets under it. This time the set goes to Hanover. She hits it across. Tigers are there. There's Went into the back row. Chase down Hernandez. Carmen. Free ball across the net. Hanover. Bond to Went. She taps it across. Carmen gets under it. This time the set from the back row is Hernandez. Ramirez is there. Gray into the back row. Carmen digs it, passes it up front. Set to Carta. The Rams gain the point.
Red Oak had a good little block on that last tap. It just rode the top of the net and fell out of bounds. So to continue that, you know, the basketball hoops are technically an extension of the ceiling, so you're supposed to be able to play the ball off of the hoops. After this serve, I'll tell you what happened this weekend in a play that Angie challenged.
Hernandez serves in the back row. Bond. Ramirez set to Went, and the Rams gain the point. Just Tigers just didn't get it across there. 19-12 is our score. Rams lead. Back to serve Hernandez. Charlie Hernandez will jump serve. Siebenecker to Bond. Bond over to Gray. Down ball across the net by Gray. Set hit by Arnold hard, and the point goes to the Rams.
Tigers are just a little out of system on their serve receive here. I don't know if Angie's going to pull somebody back to help with this against the Rams here or not.
20-12 is our score. Hernandez again, jump serve into the back row. Siebenecker passes it up front. Ramirez set to Went. Tapped down by Carter, kept alive by Bond. Siebenecker, free ball across the net into the back row. Hernandez to Kuntz. Set to Carter. She hits it hard, but the Tigers are there. Ramirez hit across by Went. Blocked down again. O'Neal keeps it alive. Set to Gray this time. She hits it at the net. Rolls out a play. Point goes to Tigers.
Red Oak needed that bit of luck right there with getting the block, having the ball fall out of bounds.
And it's 20-13. Glenwood leads set one. O'Neal back to serve. Into the back row. Hernandez gets it, hits the rafters. Kept alive. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Hanover. Siebenecker set to Gray. Hit hard, falls to the floor. Point Tigers.
Tigers execute well on that one. Marley gets a good hard hit. Glenwood can't handle it.
20-14 is the score. Glenwood leads. Back to serve O'Neal. Into the back row. Hernandez is there. Set to Arnold, hit hard. Blocked down at the net, but the Rams get under it. Carta hits it in the net. And we're going to have a point Tigers here. Too many hits.
The net helped them out on that one. Pushed the ball back on the Rams side.
Back to serve is O'Neal. 20-15 is our score. Glenwood leads set one. Serve by O'Neal into the back row. Sails a little far. Point goes to the Rams. 21-15 now. Rams lead in set one. Back to serve is Arnold. She did really well from behind the service line earlier in this set. Into the back row, Siebenecker. Ramirez set to Jenkins. She hits it hard. We're going to have a net violation on the Rams. Point Tigers. 21-16.
In to serve for the Tigers is Alexis. She'll be our setter now in our 6-2 rotation.
Joint to serve. Into the back row. Carmen gets under it. Across by Hernandez from the back row. Bond somehow gets under that. Tapped across by Ramirez. Again, court awareness there by Ramirez. Nice job by Merced.
That's just something you get with playing a lot of volleyball. Merced, as a senior, has been out here for at least 3 years. Just kind of sees the opening and hits it.
21-17 is the score. Rams lead up front. Set goes to Kimling. She hits it hard. Tigers keep it alive. Hit by Gray. Low and into the net. Point goes to the Rams. 22-17 is the score. And back to serve Hanover, Olivia Hanover. Siebenecker receives. Up front it goes. Ramirez hits it. Carmen to Kuntz. Hit by Carta. Right to the open spot on the floor, and the point goes to the Rams.
Just finds the hole, and Glenwood again putting points on the board.
23-17 is our score. Timeout on the court. We're going to take that with them. Maybe right back after this. Leads set one 23-17 here this evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We do want to recognize over on our streaming site our scoreboard sponsors, our sponsors for this evening. Alley Pointer Maquetto Architecture. I've heard about those folks, Derek. They're the scoreboard sponsors. Broadway Styles, Root Development, and Heartland Foam Insulators are our sponsors for our streaming. Thanks to those folks. Make note of all of our sponsors and let them know you appreciate it, making it possible for us to be here. Good volleyball. 23-17 is our score. Rams lead. Tigers led early. The Rams come back, gain the lead at about 6, and then it's Rams after that. Serve into the back row. Bond gets under it, goes high. Tigers chase it down, keep it alive, and free ball across the net. Bond up front, set from Kuntz. Hit by Kimling. There's Bond. Joint passes it up front, and we're going to have a net violation on the Tigers. Good hustle, Derek. Just couldn't get stopped.
Hard to do that. Marley did a great job getting to it, and just, that foot slides under the net.
And it's 24-17 now. Set point here for the Rams. Back to serve Hanover. Low across the net. Bond is there. Gray. Jenkins with the free ball across the net. Up front. Kuntz set to Carta. That's going to do it for set one. 25-17 is our score. 25-17 Rams win set number one. We'll take a break and be back with set two right after this. Glenwood wins set one, and varsity girls play 25-17 here this evening. Earlier in freshman play, it was Red Oak over Glenwood 25-18-17. In junior varsity play, it was Red Oak over Glenwood 25-9-20. Glenwood wins set one in varsity play 25-17. Here we go for set two. Back to serve Boswell for the Tigers. Olivia Boswell back to serve. Good crowd. Enthusiastic crowd. Serve into the back row. And
Olivia's going to add to her ace total there.
There you go. 1-0. Red Oak leads set two. And back to serve Boswell into the back row. Touched by the Rams. Just kind of awkwardly hits that out of play, and the point goes to the Tigers.
Kind of caught him off guard, and ace number 2.
Back to serve Boswell into the back row. And this time the Rams get it across. Bond is there. Ramirez set to Gray. Hit the net, blocked. Tigers keep it alive. Free ball across the net, Bond. Carmen keeps it alive. Hit at the net. Arnold blocked down. And the point goes to Tigers. Too much contact with the ball. And the point goes to Red Oak.
Great job with the Tigers there, keeping the ball alive, and they get the point, and Olivia's keeping on a roll here.
3-0, Red Oak leads set 1. Serve into the back row to Randall, or Kendall rather. Hit hard by Hernandez, but we're going to have a net violation on the Tigers, Derek. Was that the call?
Yeah, I'm not sure who they called that on, but yeah.
3-1, Red Oak leads. Back to serve for the Rams, Kuntz. Allison Kuntz. Bond is there, taps it, it goes into the bleachers. Point goes to the Rams, and it's 3-2. Rams right back rolling here. And back to serve again, Allison Kuntz. She's a junior, 5'6" junior for the Rams. Into the back row, Bond lets it fly, and the point goes to the Tigers. 4-2, Red Oak leads.
Good job by Nicole to just know where she's at on the court and let that ball go.
Back to serve O'Neal. Serves from kind of the left side of the court. Hernandez gets under it. Set hit hard by Ray. Tigers keep it alive. Great hustle by Ramirez, but it's out of play. What's that called, Derek?
That is a pancake.
A pancake.
Yeah. Heard you guys making up some food names there at the football game the other night.
Well, I was trying to follow your lead with the pancake and the taco and the cheeseburger. I was trying to follow your lead, Derek. Set to Gray, hits it hard. Point Tigers. Nice hit by Gray. 5-3, Red Oak leads. Set 2.
You just can't bring up food when Matt's around. It just throws everything off.
It just derails everything.
It does.
I'll keep that in mind tomorrow night. Back to serve Joint for the Red Oak Tigers. Serve misses out. Point goes to the Rams. 5-4 is the score. Back to serve for the Rams is Allison Kuntz. I'm sorry. Back to serve for the Rams is Hadley Carmen, the libero. Into the back row, Bond. Joint set to Gray. She hits it right to the back corner. Nice shot by Gray.
Great hit by Marley right there, finding that back corner and switching the momentum again.
6-4 is our score. Red Oak leads. Back to serve Marley Gray. Marley's a junior for the Tigers. Serve into the back row. There's Carmen. Set comes from Kuntz to Carta. Hit in the net. Point goes to the Tigers. Zoe Carta, she's a senior. 5'7" senior for the Rams. Back to serve Gray. 7-4, Red Oak leads set 2. Serve back row. Ray. Set to Carta. She taps it across this time. Boswell set to Jenkins. Hit down, point Tigers. Carly Jenkins. 8-4 is our score. Red Oak leads.
I just almost don't want to say anything, jinx this momentum we got going on here.
We haven't talked about momentum here much this evening, so. Gray into the back row to Ray. That was Gray to Ray. Free ball across the net by Kuntz. Set to Ramirez. Point Rams.
That ball was in the rafters. This weekend, we had a ball hit off of a backboard and it changed directions, and Angie successfully argued that that wasn't allowed, even though the hoops are an extension of the ceiling.
Serve by Ray into the back, and the point goes to the Rams. Nice serve by Kaylee Ray. 8-6, Red Oak leads set 2. Rams win set 1. Jump serve by Ray into the back row. DeVries passes it up front. Joint set to Ramirez. Point Rams.
Tigers, I think, need to up that tempo just a little bit. We feel just a little out of sync is what I'm seeing out there, and I want to see them speed things up.
Jump serve again by Ray into the back row. Joint. Ramirez set to Boswell. She hits it to the back row, and there's Hernandez to set this time to Carter. She taps it right to the open spot. Nice placement there by Zoe Carter.
She's a senior, got a lot of playing time, I'm sure, also. And just knows where to hit it, finds that open spot.
Tied up at 8 apiece. Jump serve by Ray again. This one's low and into the net. She did a nice job from behind the service line for the Rams. 9-8. Red Oak now leads, and back to serve Nicole Bond. For Red Oak. Serve into the back row. Hernandez passes it up front to Kuntz. Set to Carter from the other side this time. She hits it across. DeVries is there. Boswell hits it. Hernandez set to Kimling. Misses out. Point goes to the Tigers. And it's 10-8. Now Red Oak leads. Coach Montgomery's making some adjustments here, or talking to her players. Bond back to serve into the back row. There's Ray. Kimling. Free ball across the net, Rams. Joint with the set to Boswell. Hernandez set to Carta. Hits it hard, and the point goes to the Rams. 10-9.
Glenwood just executes to that outside hitter position very well, and Tigers have a hard time handling that adjustment there.
Kendall back to serve for the Rams. Kendall, sophomore, into the back row. Bond gets under it. Joint tries to keep it alive, but the point goes to the Rams. I think it fell to the court, but there was too much contact with the ball prior to that. 10-10, tied up at 10. Kendall to serve. Bond to Joint, tapped by Ramirez. Kendall keeps it alive. We're going to free ball Ray across the net. Joint net violation on the Tigers.
Another tight pass in the net. Alexis gets to it. She just has her foot over the line when she lands with her momentum. She does a great job getting to those tight passes.
It's 11-10 now. Glenwood leads. Serve into the back row. DeVries set to Ramirez. Blocked at the net by Hernandez, and the point goes to Glenwood. 12-10, Glenwood leads. And back to serve once again, Kendall. Riley Kendall, sophomore, for Glenwood. In the back row, Bond. Joint with the set to Boswell. Hit, block, point, Rams. 13-10 is our score. Timeout on the court. Coach Montgomery wants to talk about it. And Glenwood leads set 2, 13-10. They won set 1. We'll be back after this.
One play can change the momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Richard Fisher, your Farm Bureau agent in Red Oak. I can help bring your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends you a blitz in the form of a storm or fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Come see how we can help protect what matters most. That's Richard Fisher down at Farm Bureau Financial Services across from the post office here in Red Oak.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
To Red Oak, Glenwood leads set 2, 13-10. Glenwood varsity play, they won set 1, 25-17. And Tigers in both sets, Derek, Tigers started off hot. And then the Rams just come rolling back and regain the lead.
Glenwood on a little bit of a roll here with Kendall serving.
Riley Kendall serve into the back row, Bond. To Ramirez, set to Boswell. She taps it across. Hernandez gets under it. Kuntz, free ball across the net by Carmen. Ramirez set to O'Neal. Kimling is there. Set to Hernandez. She bumps it across with her fist. Dump set Ramirez. Rams don't fall for it. It's going to be hit, falls to the floor, and the point goes to the Rams.
Tigers were there for the block, just didn't get the lucky bounce.
It's 14-10. Back to serve Kendall. This one sails long. She had a great run from behind the service line, though.
She did. Tigers get lucky there with her serving that long and paying attention enough to make sure it goes out of bounds. And
14-11 is our score. Glenwood leads set 2. And Ramirez back to serve. Little soft serve. Hit by Kimling. Point goes to the Rams. I think you could tie that into your the soft serve.
I like
that. Your repertoire.
You are coming up with something right there.
With your tacos and your cheeseburgers and your pancakes. We need a little soft serve in there. Just saying. Set to Boswell. She hits it across. Kendall is there. Set to Hernandez. Down ball. Hit by Boswell. The Rams keep it alive, and then Arnold just bats it across with a fist. Good hit. O'Neal with the kill for the Tigers. Right down the middle of the seam and to the spot over to the line, and point goes to the Tigers. It's 15-12. Rams lead set 2. Back to serve is Boswell. Kendall gets under it, right up front. Kuntz hit by Hernandez. Charlie Hernandez hits that one hard. Point goes to the Rams.
Just some good back and forth volleyball here between both of these teams. Both of them finding the seams in the open spots, changing the momentum each time there.
Back to serve will be Allison Kuntz. She's a junior. Bond gets under it. Gray from behind the 10-foot line of Siebenecker. She just taps it across. There's Arnold. Free ball across the net. Gray set goes to Hernandez. He hits it to the back row. Siebenecker is there. Set from Ramirez to Jones. And the ball falls to the floor. And Keely Jones gains the point for the Tigers.
Great job by the Tigers there, and a great job by freshman Keely Jones.
16-13 is the score.
Also a great job by Melanie with the camera work tonight. If you didn't notice, we've got 2 cameras on our live stream. 3 cameras on our live stream.
Serves low and into the net. Point goes to the Rams. She's being quiet down there, Derek. She's just going at it she's focusing. Charlie Hernandez back to serve. Low, taps the top ribbon and falls to the floor. And it's 18-13. Rams lead set 2.
That's one of those jelly roll serves. Hangs onto the top of that, rolls over the top.
You can do it, Derek.
I know.
Jelly roll. Siebenecker, Bond. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Gray. Hernandez passes it up the net. Set to Carta, hit hard. Out of play, Tigers point.
Close hit there. Hard hit. Glenwood had a chance to set that up.
And it's 18-14. Rams lead, joint in and back to serve for the Tigers. Set 2. Into the back row. Received. Set to Arnold. She hits it to the back row. Siebenecker is there. Kept alive by Ramirez. Tapped across by Gray. There's Carmen. Set to Carta. She hits it across and it falls to the floor, and the point goes to Glenwood. 19-14. Derek, it's hard at this point in the game. The Tigers have to have something happen here big because Glenwood's just too strong here to get too far behind at this point. 19-14. This one sails long. Point goes to the Tigers. 19-15.
But the Tigers needed that right there.
It's the 20-point mark is a mental.
It is 20, point. And then when you're kind of up by 5, that's also kind of another.
19-15 is the score. Gray with the serve into the back row. Carmen up front. It goes to Kuntz. Hit by Kimling. Out of play. Tigers point. So Tigers gain a little momentum here. Gray behind the service line. 19-16 now. Glenwood leads. Gray's low and across the net. Hernandez passes it up front. Kuntz set to Carta. Hits it to the back row to Bond. There's Joint passing it up to Boswell. She hits it to the back row. And Carmen is there. Kuntz Nice back row attack, but it's too far, and the point goes to the Tigers, and it's a 2-point contest. 19-17. 19-17. Glenwood leads. Back to serve is Gray. Marley Gray. Get under is Ray. Set to Carta, hits it hard. Point goes to the Rams. 20-17 is the score. Coming into the game is DeVries, taking a seat Gray. And back to serve for the Rams will be Ray. Kaylee Ray. Jump serve, Ray into the back row. There's joint to Ramirez, set to Boswell. Hernandez gets under it. Kuntz set to Carta. She can hit the ball, Derek.
She does. We saw her in warm-ups, and she has continued right on through both sets here so far.
21-17 is the score. Glenwood leads set 2. Here's Ray, jump serve, low across the net. DeVries is there. Boswell hit across by Jenkins. Point goes to the Tigers. Carly Jenkins, she's played well tonight.
Carly has played well for the Tigers. The other middle on the court and doing what it takes to get the points.
21-18 is our score. Glenwood leads, and back to serve is Nicole Bond. Serve received and just kind of shanks off of the hands of the Glenwood players and goes into the stands. Point goes to the Tigers. It's 21-19. Into the game, Gray taking a seat, DeVries.
Kennedy. Yeah, it looks like she's got an injury of some kind there. Hopefully she's going to be okay.
Came off limping just a bit. Bond back to serve into the back row. There's Carmen. Kuntz pushed across by Kimling. Gray keeps it alive. O'Neal to Boswell. Hernandez gets under it. Kuntz with the set to Carta. Too far. Point goes to the Tigers.
Red Oak's blocker is adjusted, and it got in her face there. She hit it over the top of the block, and it just sailed out of bounds.
21-20 now. Tigers are right back in this thing. Set number 2. Rams lead 1-0 on the evening. Into the back row, Ray. Set from Kuntz to Carta. Partially blocked at the net. Tigers keep it alive. Free ball across the net, Gray. There's Carmen up front. Kuntz set to Kimling. Down the side, misses out. Point Tigers, and we're tied up at 21. We have a ball game.
Good job by Nicole to let that one go. Glenwood wants to talk about it.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Tied up at 21 apiece, set 2. Set 1, 25-17. We're tied up at 21 apiece. The Tigers were down 5.
Yep.
And fought their way right back into this thing here at 21 now, tied up 21 all in set 2.
Just some good scrappy play by both teams. Glenwood, Tiger blockers are getting in their hitters a little bit better, and they're hitting them long and wide.
And here we go. Bond back to serve for the Tigers. Into the back row. Ray passes it up front. Set to Carta. She hits it to the back row. Gray passes it up front this time. Set Boswell. She taps it across. Kuntz with the set to Carta. And joint is there. Bond with the set to Boswell. Into the back row. Hernandez passes it up front to Kuntz. Set to Carta. This one goes out. Point Tigers. And the Tigers regain the lead. And back to serve is Bond. Into the back row. This one misses out. Point goes to the Rams. We're tied up at 22.
Just barely. Great little run the Tigers had there.
And it's tied up at 22. In and back to serve is Kendall. And she had a great run from behind the service line last time, Derek.
She did.
Tied up at 22 apiece. Kendall into the back row. Joint passes it up front. Ramirez set to Boswell. Ray gets under it. Kuntz with the set to Hernandez. Point Rams. 23-22 Rams lead. Set 2. Again, Kendall back. That's Riley Kendall back to serve now for the Rams. Into the back row. Gray is there. Ramirez with the set to O'Neal. Carmen gets under it. Down ball, Hernandez. Set from Ramirez to O'Neal. And Jocelyn O'Neal gets the kill. It's tied up at 23. And you have to win by 2, Derek, so we want to, people are just tuning in here. Tied up at 23. Serve from Boswell into the back row. Kuntz with the set to Hernandez. Point Glenwood.
Played at 25.
Played at 25. You have to win by 2, so it's set point. And we have a little discussion going on down here at the official scorers table. I'm not exactly sure what the discussion is that we're talking about, but we have a little bit of discussion.
So Tigers are trying to sub. Now we sub in a lot of people. We could be talking about how many substitutions Tigers have left, and because it's a tight game, 24-23, you are only allowed so many substitutions. And I think that's what he's going to go tell Angie. She's either at her limit or really close with
substitutions. 24-23 is our score. Glenwood set point here. Glenwood won set 1. And still we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. So still discussion.
So either a rotation violation, or substitutions here. Angie's trying to.
What does this do to momentum? We talk about momentum. This is a killer.
You know, I hope it kills Glenwood's momentum here since they're working on set points.
Yeah. So we're going to have now Keely Jones will check into the game for joint.
So.
Okay, I think we're going to see what Coach Carmen, she wants an explanation of what's going on. Okay, back to serve will be Kimling. Kimling back to serve for the Rams. Set point. And here we go. Into the back row, Gray is there. Ramirez, free ball across the net. Gray into the back row, Kendall. Kuntz with the set to Arnold. She just taps it across. Tigers, it falls to the floor, and the Rams win just on the placement on the open spot on the court, and it's 25-23. Rams win set 2, and they lead 2-0 on the evening. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak is all new and better than ever. I'm Mike Utz, the new general sales manager. We boosted our inventory and expanded our dedicated sales and service teams while retaining the familiar faces you trust. Buying, selling, or trading, we've got you covered. Experience the fresh selection of cars and top-notch service at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak. Discover more at HawkeyeFord.com.
To our sponsors, make note of our sponsors here, both on radio and our streaming sponsors. And if you have the opportunity, say thanks. So Glenwood leads in varsity play now 2-0. That last set was pretty exciting too, Derek. A hard-fought set.
Really exciting, very hard fought. We'll see what the Tigers do here to adjust.
And an interesting observation, Derek. Between the sets, the Rams loose, having fun. Tigers huddled up and trying to make some adjustments here. It's do or die at this point. It's over if the Tigers lose.
It is.
And so here we go. Serve into the back row. Gray is there right up front. Ramirez taps it across. Point goes to the Rams. Not a great start by either team, honestly, on that first
kind of
serve.
Just a little knuckleball up and over the net.
Just not real pretty, but the point goes to the Rams.
Yeah. Ugly pitch, ugly swing. So
back to serve, Kuntz. Allison Kuntz. Bond receives. Set goes to Jones. She hits it hard right to the back row, and it goes out of play. Point Tigers.
Yeah, great job by Keeley there on the outside, kind of out of transition for the Tigers, and pounds it down. Keeley, a freshman.
Tied up at 1 apiece. Back to serve is Siebenecker for Red Oak. Emily Siebenecker. Serve from Siebenecker into the back row. Three by Carmen. Arnold hit by Gray. Blocked at the net by the Tigers. Kuntz set to Gray. Hit hard through the hands this time of the Tigers. And the point goes to Glenwood. And it's 2-1. Back to serve Hernandez. Charlie Hernandez. She's just a junior. Serve, jump serve, right to Bond. Ramirez with the set to Jones. She hits it. A little miscommunication there by the Rams. And we're tied up at 2 apiece.
You got to get lucky once in a while, too, there.
Yeah. Always take a little luck. Tied up at 2 apiece. O'Neal back to serve for Red Oak. Jocelyn O'Neal. Into the back row. Hernandez passes it up front. Kuntz with the set to Arnold. Flies too far, and the point goes to the Tigers.
The Marley-Carley connection there was right in Arnold's face, and she just hit it over their block and out of bounds.
Back to serve O'Neal. Low across the net. Hernandez gets under it, set from Kuntz to Carta. And it falls to the floor. Point goes to the Rams. Tied up at 3. Set number 3.
Those are tough. You know, your blockers get up, tap the ball, and it just changes direction enough that, you know, maybe your back row specialists get caught off balance a little bit and can't get to the ball.
Arnold back to serve into the back row to Siebenecker. There's Jones. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Gray. Arnold passes it up the net. Kuntz right at the net. Tigers keep it alive. Hit by Gray. Kuntz. Hernandez tapped across by Hanover. And the point goes to Glenwood.
That right there, the ball drops. That's just a little bit of a, you know, inexperience level with Jones and Bond there, not quite knowing who should have had that ball.
Arnold serves into the back row. Bond goes back across the net. Hernandez, Kuntz set to Kimling. She taps across. Jones is there. Ramirez hit by Gray. Hernandez gets under it. Kuntz with the set to Carta. Blocked at the net. Free ball across the net by Hanover. Set to Gray. Hits down hard right down the line. Point goes to the Tigers.
Great set by Merced there over there to Marley, and Marley hammers it down. And that was a little bit of a quicker pace on that one. I'm wondering if, you know, they talked about that in the huddle there before this set, just kind of changing the momentum with the speed of the game.
Tied up at 4 apiece. Joint back to serve into the back row. Carmen to Kuntz. Hit hard by Carta, goes out of play. Point goes to the Rams.
They talk about tooling the block just a little bit, and that's the Tigers with their how you place your arms and your hands up and where the ball goes after it's blocked. That's case it went out of bounds. Need to adjust that so it goes back over their net straight down to the floor.
Back to serve Hanover. A serve by Hanover. Olivia Hanover, and it's 6-4. Glenwood with the lead. Hanover, a junior, 5'9" junior for the Rams. Serve into the back row. There is Siebenecker set to Gray, blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Tigers, pushed across by Siebenecker right to the back row. Hernandez passes it up front. Kuntz set to Carter. She hits it across, passed up front. Siebenecker, and nice hit by Ramirez, and the ping pongs off of a couple of Rams and goes out of play. Point Tigers.
So that one even had me confused with Merced jumping and hitting the ball there. She's back in the hitting position on the right side with Alexis doing the setting duties.
It's 6-5. Glenwood with the lead. Joint, cross, set to Kimling. Hits it hard. Boswell is there, but chased down by Jenkins, and Tigers just a little out of sync on that one. Here's Kuntz, set to Carta. Tigers keep it alive. Set goes to Boswell for the Tigers, and point to the Rams. Tigers couldn't get it back across the net.
Great hustle by both teams there. Love seeing Carly getting in the action there on the defensive side, also keeping the ball alive for the Tigers.
7-5 is our score. In and back to serve Riley Kendall.
Man, she is always serving.
She's good.
I want to see anybody else back there.
She is good from behind the service line. Hit by Jenkins, kept alive by Bond. It was blocked at the net. There's Boswell. She hits it to the back line. Point Tigers.
All right, just one serve from number 8 there, Kendall, on the Rams this time.
7-6 is the score. Glenwood with the lead. Bond back to serve. Nicole Bond into the back row. Kendall. Kuntz set to Hernandez. He hits it hard. Charlie Hernandez. Point Rams.
Finding the seam there, getting the point. Great execution by the Rams, doing what they need to do.
8-6, Rams lead. Back to serve is Carmen. Bond passes it up in the net, tapped across by Ramirez. Set to Hernandez again, and she just shoots it right to the open spot on the court, across cross court to the sideline, and the point goes to the Rams.
Angie wants to talk about this here with a timeout before it gets too much of a lead here on Glenwood's side.
9-6, Glenwood leads. Set number 3, they lead on the night 2-0. We'll be back after this.
For over 50 years, Heinlein Home Furnishings have served customers in Missouri and Iowa with our large in-stock selection or our custom order program. Our no-pressure sales and delivery team is always available to help you find items that'll make your home look beautiful. With over 80,000 feet of gorgeous furniture and flooring, check out one of our 3 locations today, Maryville, Missouri, or Harlan and Shenandoah, Iowa. Heinlein is here to help our neighbors have beautiful homes.
Nine to 6 is our score. Glenwood with the lead.
Getting a little excited with the music here, are you?
Yeah, we got a little, yeah.
Getting you pumped up?
That came out in 1991.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're like Wikipedia there.
Metallica.
Music Wikipedia.
Yeah. Enter Sandman. They just don't make music like that anymore.
No,
right?
they do not.
It doesn't sound old. It sounds really old. O'Neal hits it across. It goes out of play, and the point goes to the Rams. We walk in, they're warming up to Back in Black, AC/DC.
Yeah.
You know, that's just.
The seniors picked out some good music for tonight.
Absolutely. Hit across by Carmen. Served by Carmen, I should say. There's Boswell hit. Hernandez is under it. Arnold keeps it alive. Free ball across the net by Kendall. Bond set to O'Neal. There's Hanover. This set to Hernandez. She hits it hard. Free ball, or passed up front, I should say, to Boswell. Into the back row. Kendall up front. Kuntz set to Hernandez. Hits it across and tapped by O'Neal. There's Kuntz. Carmen to Kuntz. She hits it straight to the back. That was a hard-fought point, and the Rams come away with it.
Great volley by both teams. You know, you really want to win those volleys. That just helps you with your momentum and your confidence when you can get those. And Glenwood got it. Now they're back serving.
And Carmen serves up front. It goes a little dump set there by Ramirez. In the back row, Bond. Ramirez set to Boswell. Kendall keeps it alive. hit across by O'Neal, but the Rams just will not let it touch the floor. This time Boswell to Kendall. Hit by Hernandez. Bond is there. She keeps it alive. Boswell hits it across. Hanover, Kuntz, set to Hernandez, into the back row to Bond. There's Ramirez up front. It goes right at the net. Boswell just with her fist hits it across. What a volley.
Great volley.
Wow.
Find me a spatula. Glenwood had a lot of pancakes on that one, man. Great defense.
You've been working on that one all day, haven't you? You've been working on that one all day.
I totally stole that from a Nebraska game, so I can't take credit for it at all. But
11-7 is the score. Glenwood with the lead. Set 3. Back to serve Ramirez. Into the back row. Kendall out front. Set to Hernandez. Ramirez is there, but goes into the bench, and everyone's okay. Boswell's up. Point goes to the Rams.
Tigers did a great job doing the dig off the hard hit by Hernandez there. Just couldn't quite handle the second ball on that.
Back to serve Kuntz. Bond passes it right up to the net. Bond comes sliding in then and hits it across. Kuntz with the set to Arnold. She hits it hard. Bond, Ramirez, set to Boswell. Blocked down at the net. Arnold and Hernandez, and the point goes to the Rams. It's 13-7. You see a difference in body language one side of the net to the other, Derek. I mean, the Rams are having fun.
They are having fun. They're being aggressive.
Jones. We're going to have a net violation. Nope.
Oh, giving it to the Tiger.
There you go.
Okay, they're calling roofing. So they interfered with Merced's ability to set there.
So the point goes to the Tigers instead.
Yeah, so, a tight pass up to the net, then Merced has to have a chance to be able to set it when she's there.
Into the back row, Kendall passes up front to Kuntz, set to Hernandez. It's a down hard. Point goes to the Rams. It's 14-8.
She can just hit it wherever she wants, it looks like. She's just finding the seams and nailing the ball down.
And it's 14-18, set 3. Rams lead. Jump serve here from Hernandez right to the back row. Siebenecker passes it up front. Ramirez to Gray. Kept alive at the net by the Rams. Get across by Carta. Point Rams.
Tigers had their blockers there. We just can't quite close that up, and I'm not sure what the issue is.
Here's Hernandez. Jump serve low and into the net. Point Tigers.
Hernandez, a junior, been doing great for the Rams all night. She didn't play a lot last year with an injury, but she did start as a freshman, so she has seen a lot of time out there and doing a great job for the Rams.
Back to serve is O'Neal for the Tigers. Into the back row. Hernandez passes it up front. Kuntz with the set to Carta. It goes out of play, and the point goes to the Tigers. It's 15-10. Glenwood with the lead.
Kind of at that magical 5-point differential. Tigers need a run.
O'Neal back to serve. Into the back row. Hernandez passes it up front. Kuntz with the set to Arnold. She gets lined up, hits it hard, but Siebenecker is there. Hit across by Gray. Into the back row, Carmen, and then right at the net, Keely Jones hits it across. Hernandez gets under it. This time hit by Hanover, and it misses out. Point goes to the Tigers. Hanover going for that cross-court shot. Back to serve O'Neal. 15-11 is our score. In the back row goes to Carmen. Jenkins goes up, hits it across, but the Rams are there. Here's Arnold. Shot down the line, misses out. Point goes to the Tigers. (15-12) is the score. Glenwood leads set 3. Back to serve O'Neal. Low across the net. Carmen is there. Set to Carta this time. She hits it low and into the net. Point goes to Red Oak. And the Tigers back into the ball game now. 15-13 is our score.
Glenwood's coach wants a timeout, try and ice the kicker, as they say in football here.
The momentum, we've talked about momentum before, Derek, and momentum on the side of the Tigers at the moment. Glenwood wants to finish this out and be done for the night. They lead 2-0. So in earlier volleyball play here this evening, in freshman play, it was Red Oak over Glenwood 25-18 and 17. In junior varsity play, Red Oak picks up a couple over Glenwood 25-9 and 20. And in the first 2 sets here this evening, it's been Glenwood over Red Oak 25-17-23. So and Glenwood leads set.
So Red Oak, that they're coming back. They had that 25-23 set last game. They know they can do it. I think it was smart time out there by Glenwood to kind of try and break some of this momentum, regroup her players. They'd made some mistakes, hit the ball in the net, hit some balls out of bounds. Just kind of calm them down, let them focus. Again, we played a 25 here in set 3 also.
Here we go. O'Neill back to serve for Red Oak. Into the back row. Hernandez passes it right to the net, tight to the net. And the Rams failed to get it across, and the point goes to Red Oak, and it's a 1-point set here. 15-14. Back to serve O'Neill. Jocelyn O'Neill back to serve for Red Oak. There's Carmen. Set to Arnold, hit hard. Siebenecker gets under it, kept alive, free ball across the net. O'Neill. Hit hard by Carter this time. She just slams it down.
Glenwood executed well there. Great pass, excellent set, and then, the hitters when they have that time to kind of see the court, they can usually find the seam.
And Arnold back to serve now for Glenwood. Into the back row, Siebenecker to Bond, hit across by Gray into the net point, Glenwood. Glenwood back on top now, 17-14.
Tigers really need to execute every single play here, every single point.
Arnold back to serve into the back row. Siebenecker back across the net, then Kuntz. Hernandez set to Hanover. Tigers get under it. Set to Gray. She hits it at the net. Blocked down. Point Rams. That was Kimling, I think, with the block, Derek.
Looks like Arnold would keep serving for the Rams here, 18-14.
Set 3. Yep. Arnold back to serve. In the back row, Bond. Ramirez set to Gray. She hits it. Arnold is there to pass it up front to Carta. Then we're going to have a free ball push there across the net by Hanover. Set to Jones. Kuntz with the set to Carta. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. Set to Gray. Kind of just out of position a little bit on that.
Keeley, for a freshman, she does a great job there on the right side for the Tigers. When she's in the game, she's attacking the ball, playing great defense.
19-14 is the score. Glenwood leads set 3. Arnold serves to the back row to Bond. Set to Jones. And the point goes to the Tigers. To your point, Derek.
Yeah. Kiwi did a great job just kind of hitting the ball, doing what she needs to do, and it falls down. Luck goes to the Tigers there. We get the point.
Back to serve is Joint. Glenwood leads 19-15. Into the back row to Carmen. Kuntz. Hanover, free ball across the net. Point falls to the floor. It's 20-15.
So as you mentioned in the last set, when you get to 20 and when you're kind of up by 5, it's kind of that urgency now, right?
It hits that point and you either respond or it's over. Set goes to Jenkins. It's into the back row to Hernandez. Kuntz with the set to Carta. It's in. Point goes to the Rams.
The Tigers have switched to a 5-1 here with Merced doing all of the setting duties, not hitting on the right side, and Alexis just being a back row specialist, defensive specialist there.
Timeout on the court. We're going to take it with them, and we'll be back after this. Glenwood leads set 3, 21-15. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this. Visit with me. Back. We are back and joined by a couple of Red Oak Tigers now, Carly Jenkins and Marley Gray. Carly, let's talk a little bit about volleyball. How's it? Let's talk about the year first. Are you having fun?
Yes, I am.
All right. A lot of court time this year.
Yeah.
Tough matches here this evening. They were close. We saw a lot of hard-fought points, a lot of great volleys. Tell me what you saw out on the court.
I mean, we just knew that the outsides, Charlie, obviously, she's with her back. We knew that she was going to be she was going to be there and she was going to be good. I mean, just the heart, we had to, go after everything. And we just,
And you did.
Yeah.
You left it out on the court, right?
Yeah.
And Marley Gray with us as well. So, Marley, you guys saw these guys Saturday.
Yep.
So you knew what you were coming into here tonight,
Yep.
right? So how did you game plan for that?
Well, we didn't quite know with Charlie being gone on Saturday, but we knew that she was big on the outside. So we knew we'd have to defend her well and just really give our all in this game.
So talk to me about your season, Marley. So this is, you're a sophomore.
Junior.
You're a junior. That's
Yep.
what I meant to say.
Yep.
You're a junior. A lot of playing time, a lot of time this year. How's it this year? How's the team chemistry coming together?
I think we're working great together. Everyone's giving their all, and everyone's being great teammates to each other.
Been a lot of fun to work together. You guys are both at the net, playing at the net. You coach a little bit. You guys give and take. How does that go at the net?
Yeah, we try to help each other out.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like Marley asked me on one of the points, like she's like, do I go up on the setter? And I was like, no, you don't. She's down. So it's like, yeah, we just encourage each other, helping each other. That's really what we need, yeah.
You guys are back at it Tuesday.
Yeah.
Going to Kemper.
Mm-hmm.
Long drive. It's going to be Kemper and St. Albert. What are you looking for there? Do you know anything about those guys?
Good teams. We're ready to play them.
Show up and play.
Yeah.
Show up and hit the ball hard.
Both are ranked. Be tough competition for you guys. So, yeah.
All right. Very good. Again, Carly Jenkins and Marley Gray with us. Thanks for coming to visit with me, guys.
Thank
it's
you.
a pleasure to get to visit with you. Good job out there tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There we go. Carly Jenkins and Marley Gray. And we are going to have the opportunity now to visit with the head coach of the Red Oak Tigers, Angie Montgomery. Will be with us, Coach. And let me see if I have, is that correct, Coach? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
Perfect. You're losing your voice, Coach.
I feel like volleyball season, I have no. And then I'm in church and I can't even sing. Like, it just makes nothing.
Coach,
and then they laugh at me because I squeak when I yell really loud.
It's hard to be tough when you're squeaking at them, Coach.
Yeah, they just laugh at me, and that's not good.
Okay, Coach, so set 1 and set 2, you jump out to a lead.
Yeah.
I mean, quick.
Yeah.
And then and set 2, wow. That was an exciting set. Comes back in there. Tigers 21, tie up at 21-22.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Tell me what you saw here tonight from your perspective.
Well, I told them not to hang their heads, and I know that's really hard to say when you're a competitor and you just lost in 3. But they played really relentless tonight. Like, there were so many balls that just were kept alive by just sheer hustle and belief in each other. Like, we didn't let a lot just drop, which is fantastic. There were also a ton of rallies that went on for 6, 7, 8, 9, and on both sides.
Yeah.
Great digs. I mean, then everyone was swinging. That's the positive that we. I mean, Glenwood is a great team. They have hitters that can put the ball down.
Yes.
And one thing I do want to say, I'm super proud of my kids for the amount of adjustments that we made. We tried. We changed our blocking scheme. We changed a little bit defensively. We changed some personnel in different places just to try to get that spark where we needed, and just didn't get us the points we needed. Came up a few short in each of those, but I'm really proud of my kids.
You saw this team Saturday.
Yes.
So how does that go into your game plan then? I mean, you know what you're coming into, right?
Yeah, yes and no. So one of their big hitters, Charlie Hernandez, was out last year. She had blown her ACL, maybe more than that too, in one of the first games of the season. So Saturday she didn't play. So they had a whole different look to them. I mean,
she definitely adds when she's on the court.
She's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
She is, and her mobility with that big old knee brace on is great. She was one heck of a hitter as a freshman. And then to miss her old sophomore season and come back, really excited for her for the game of volleyball. It's good to see good, solid volleyball like that being played. And I thought both teams, move things around to try to adjust. And,
And there were some great volleys tonight.
There were.
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And it's hard because, I could tell their momentum, their energy was still up. Like, we were talking Marl's. One of the best things about her tonight was you could see, like, she was swinging. If she was out of system, she was swinging. And if she swung into the net or out, like, she still had that confident look on her face. And I feel like we're really getting there with a lot of those things.
Okay, Coach, statistically, what do you see that you like about tonight?
Well, Marley, I thought, had a fantastic game outside. She had 9 kills. Next came actually our 2 middles, Jossie with 5, Jossie with 5, and then Merced, Keeley, and Carly all had 4, and Liv added 2 as far as the kills go. So, I thought Marley did a great job stepping up on the outside. She's been really efficient this year, and that's good to see her take that kind of big role, because outside you get a lot of balls thrown your way. So. Also, Nicole, I thought, had a fantastic game in the back row. She kept so much playable, hard hits. She does such a good job reading where our block is. And again, every time we change the position of our block, she's got to change her defensive position back there. So I just feel like all of our kids when they're serving. Jossie when she serves and then is having to play Nicole's spot back there. They just all adjust so well to those things. So Nikki led us. She had 15 digs tonight. Let's see. Merced, Marley, Olivia, Emily, Lex all added, looks like 7 or 8 each. So just a lot of good playable balls back there. Lex did a great job switching to that defensive role. She's such a powerhouse in the back row. Like if we switch, we switched a little bit tonight just to give us a different look in a 5-1, and she was back there sticking passes left and right. So
let's look forward, Coach. Tuesday night.
Yes.
Kemper Catholic. It's Kemper and St. Albert.
Yes. Yep.
A long road trip, and then it's going to be some tough volleyball. What are you expecting there?
Well, Kemper, believe it or not, is not full of like 6-footers this year.
Wow.
They can still hit, and they've good sound defensive team, but just from what we've seen, not as tall as maybe they have been in the past.
Okay.
So, and then St. Albert is St. Albert. They're always going to be scrappy and relentless and just are going to play good, solid volleyball. So we're looking forward to it. We start out with Kemper at 4:30. So we leave Red Oak kind of early that day, and then we play right away again against St. Albert. So we'll have those 2 matches, and then I don't think anything else that week until our home tournament a week from Saturday.
Right.
So, and we've got some big schools coming in. Mount Vernon's coming back again. They're up to number 2 in 3A. And we also have Sioux Center coming from Northwest Iowa this year. And they're up
from all over, Coach.
We do. You know what? I love that. I love the connections you make across the state, and the girls make connections with the other players, and it's just good to see that like positive competitiveness, and love it. So,
head coach of the Red Oak Tigers, Angie Montgomery. Anything else, Coach Montgomery, we need to talk about here?
Well, I just want to again congratulate Merced on her 1,000th assist. I believe it was to Jocelyn. That Jocelyn was super excited that she got to have the 1,000th kill off of Merced. So big honor. Anytime we can pick up those 1,000 of anything, that's a huge deal. So she's a huge leader for us, and all of those seniors are going to be missed big time next year.
Absolutely.
So, but we've got lots of good
There's
volleyball left to play.
A lot of good volleyball yet to play.
Yes, we do.
Coach Montgomery, thank you for always taking a few minutes and visiting with us. I sure